Welcome back to Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today I just wanted to touch base and just kind of show off something that I'm working on. I'm going to be doing a custom Sisters of Battle Army commission for one of my clients, and he had requested like essentially some like palace or sort of like marble style temple or like a palace type base. So I got the idea to use one of these from like the Age of Sigmar, like Dominion of Sigmar set, because it has kind of like the marble tile floor and like the cool iconography with like some skulls and stuff. So as you'll see, I went ahead and did up like the 46 bases for the commission that I needed out of one of these panels, and I just want to kind of show off the process how I did it. So this is like the basic start to what I did. I took a like hole driller, like the larger size diameter hole driller, and I wanted to drill them out larger than the bases. So you'll see like for the actual bases that I use them for, I'm using like a small piece versus the size of the hole that I'm cutting out for it. Okay, and the reason I'm doing that is because if you like drilled it out perfect, there would be a hole in the middle of each one because there's like a guide for like the drill itself. So you have to have like the drill bit through the middle, but you could like fill that in still and use them if you wanted that size. But I like the idea of not them like necessarily being on a pedestal, but rather like being on like a piece of like the broken kind of like terrain or palace like scenery, kind of giving like that feel. And then like this one is going to be for the canoness right here. So I use like the actual centerpiece of it. But the way I basically did this was, and you can see like with this one specifically, this was one of the corners. What I did was I basically just put the drill bit wherever I was going to start at, which was essentially like right here I put it. And then I just went ahead and drilled out like this section circle, and then I just did another one next to it, another one next to it, another one next to it, and I just kept drilling them out, drilling them out, drilling them out. And then eventually, like, there's just little pieces of like scrap and stuff that's left in between like these guys. And then, when it was all said and done, I did up these 46 bases, and then you'll see I still have a lot left. I essentially made about like 3 bases out of like each one of these. So if you were going to make up some larger bases too, you could, or you could essentially make like, probably my guesstimate is, if this is 46 bases right here, which is what I needed, and you're getting about 3 out of each one of the circles that you drilled, you probably still have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You could do probably another 30 bases, or like 20 at least. And then if you were going to add on like Celestine or like some larger bases for this, like, you could easily get that all out of like one of these things. And honestly, I thought it like meant for like some really cool looking bases. This is more like the basic style of it. It's just like a regular piece of like the broken flooring, and then I just use a little bit of like sand next to them, and then you'll see some of them have like a little more intricate of like the iconography. And the idea is to basically have like the part of the actual piece that we like customize put on here, like whichever main piece of plastic we add, and then to have the actual like sand itself giving it like a second layer of depth. And you'll see this I took like 2 pieces and kind of put them together, just to give like a little more ruined of them. But the majority of them are just a single broken piece, like kind of cleaned up so the drill holes aren't evident. This one again is like 2 pieces. But so you have the actual piece that you add on there, or 2 pieces that you add on there. You have the sand itself, and then you have the initial base, and then that gives you like 3 levels essentially of like the actual like base itself, or like the terrain. But as you can see, it gives a really nice like custom look. I prefer to always make custom bases over like for commissions and everything, or for my own armies, versus like just buying resin bases or off-brand bases. I know most people like probably don't play tournaments, or like don't have like a strict GW like policy, or like stores or whatever. But you really should use like the on brand like stuff and everything. And I know some people probably disagree with this or don't care, and I get it. Like if they don't make some kind of like off-brand little pieces or accessories or whatever. And again, it's not that big of a deal, and it probably doesn't matter to most people. But and that's not even necessarily the only reason. Again, this was like 2 of them that I put back together as they like broke kind of on a crack. It's not necessarily the only reason either. Like, you know, I like the original look of these bases, and especially if somebody's going to do like a commission army that's like built to their standard, you know, it's cool to have like a base that like nobody else is ever going to have. Like, not to mention it's going to have a cool paint job, but you know, the bases themselves give them like a completely unique look. So, and I don't have to show off like all 50 of them, but you'll see I did like a few of them different. Like these ones all have like a larger piece on them. These ones are all with like a little bit smaller of pieces on there. So I figured you know, I need like a larger flat area to mount like the Seraphim onto. So the flying stands will like mount easier onto like some of the styles. The Cannon S has this one here. There was no other HQs in this commission. So there's no other big bases. I'm going to be doing a Hospitaller actually that was just added on. And then an Exorcist also, which obviously won't need a base. So I'll have like some of this stuff here to do some more bases. But I just want to kind of show off like a little bit of the process as they go, because it's hard to get the full scope of things sometimes when you see them fully done. And it's nice, you know, to kind of see the process and see how they look in the meantime. Because, you know, seeing these right here, you might not even know or guess or assume like where they came from. And when it's all said and done too, I actually ended up with like a lot of extra stuff too that's not pictured here, like the side stairs and everything, that I'm sure I'll figure out something to do with. So, but there we have it. Just a quick little video, little update on the Sisters of Battle commission that I'm working on with their new release coming out, and definitely looking forward to those. And you'll get to see the army progress as it goes. As I work on the Adeptus Custodes commission as well, and I'm going to do up some custom bases for them, to a different style, obviously, you know, than these ones specifically, but so, you know, something cool and custom as well. So we'll get that moving, and we'll be back with something else cool. We're gonna get to work on the corpse grinders. I'm just waiting for the contrast paints to come in, so we can do our giveaway for the corpse grinders and also Palanite Enforcers for whoever wins the contest. So well, there we have it. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man. We got our custom bases. Made from the Age of Sigmar temple, from the like Dominion of Sigmar kind of line of terrain. That's our ruined temple that it came from. So there we have it, guys. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm signing off.